Emerging from the depths of the Paleolithic to the Neolithic periods, prehistoric art serves as humanity's earliest visual diary. Cave paintings, like those found in Lascaux, France, depict animals, hunting scenes, and enigmatic symbols, often rendered in earth tones and charcoal. These artworks, akin to silent echoes from the distant past, offer glimpses into the beliefs and daily lives of early humans, much like a child's drawings on a cave wall might reveal their fascination with the world around them. Ancient Egyptian art. Flourishing in the fertile Nile Valley, ancient Egyptian art was a testament to their unwavering belief in the afterlife. Highly stylized figures such as the iconic bust of Queen Nefertiti were meticulously crafted to accompany the deceased into eternity. Hieroglyphics, a complex system of pictorial writing, adorned tombs and temples, narrating stories of gods, pharaohs, and the afterlife, much like a sacred comic strip etched in stone. The vibrant colors and intricate details of Egyptian art offer a window into their sophisticated culture and spiritual worldview. Ancient Greek and Roman art. Ancient Greek and Roman art, flourishing during the classical and Hellenistic periods, elevated human form to the epitome of beauty and idealized proportions. Sculptors like Agazander, Athenodoros, and Polydorus masterfully captured the human anatomy in motion, as seen in their renowned work, Laocoon and His Sons. This dynamic sculpture, much like a snapshot of a dramatic scene from a play, showcases the emotional intensity and physical prowess of its subjects. Roman architecture, with its grand arches, columns, and domes, such as the awe-inspiring Pantheon, can be likened to a symphony of engineering and artistry, where every element harmonizes to create a monumental masterpiece. Byzantine art. Emerging from the Eastern Roman Empire, Byzantine art was deeply rooted in religious devotion. Glistening mosaics, often depicting Christ, the Virgin Mary, and other biblical figures, adorn the walls of churches like the Hagia Sophia in Istanbul. These mosaics, similar to intricate puzzles of colored glass, shimmered with divine light, creating a sense of awe and reverence. Byzantine icons, portable religious paintings, were cherished as spiritual gateways, much like treasured photographs that connect us to loved ones. Romanesque art. Emerging in the medieval period, Romanesque art, much like a sturdy castle, emphasized strength and solidity. Rounded arches, thick walls, and robust sculptures adorned churches and cathedrals across Europe. Romanesque art, with its rich symbolism and dramatic imagery, conveyed the religious fervor and spiritual anxieties of the time. Gothic art. Reaching towards the heavens, Gothic art revolutionized architecture and ushered in a new era of light and verticality. Soaring cathedrals like Notre Dame in Paris featured pointed arches, ribbed vaults, and stained glass windows that bathed the interiors in a kaleidoscope of colors. These majestic structures, akin to giant lanterns illuminating the darkness, symbolized humanity's yearning for spiritual transcendence. Gothic sculptures, with their graceful figures and expressive faces, captured the emotions and aspirations of the faithful, much like actors frozen in a moment of intense devotion. Renaissance art. The Renaissance, a rebirth of classical ideals, ushered in a new era of artistic and intellectual exploration. Artists like Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Raphael delved into the realms of science, anatomy, and perspective, creating masterpieces that celebrated the human form and intellect. The Mona Lisa, with her enigmatic smile and captivating gaze, has become an icon of Western art, a timeless portrait that continues to intrigue and mystify viewers like a riddle wrapped in a canvas. Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel ceiling, a sprawling tableau of biblical scenes, can be likened to a symphony of colors and forms, a testament to the boundless creativity and ambition of the Renaissance mind. Mannerism. Emerging from the High Renaissance, Mannerism, like a rebellious child, challenged the norms and conventions of its predecessor. Elongated figures, distorted proportions, and unconventional perspectives characterized this style. Mannerist art, with its theatrical flair and enigmatic symbolism, reflects the anxieties and uncertainties of a changing world. Baroque art. The Baroque era, much like a theatrical production, embraced drama, grandeur, and emotional intensity. Artists like Gian Lorenzo Bernini, Caravaggio, and Peter Paul Rubens employ dramatic lighting, rich colors, and swirling compositions to evoke awe and wonder. Caravaggio's use of chiaroscuro, a technique that contrasted light and shadow, created a sense of mystery and intrigue, like a spotlight illuminating a hidden truth. Rococo art. Rococo, a playful cousin of the Baroque, reveled in light-heartedness and decorative excess. Like a decadent dessert, Rococo art tantalizes the senses with its sweetness and ornate detail. It's a celebration of pleasure and frivolity, a visual escape from the mundane realities of life. Neoclassicism. In contrast to the exuberance of the Rococo, Neoclassicism, like a well-ordered library, valued reason, harmony, and classical ideals. Neoclassical art, with its emphasis on order and balance, served as a visual counterpoint to the emotional turbulence of the French Revolution. Romanticism, fueled by the fires of emotion and imagination, rebelled against the rationalism of the Enlightenment. Artists like Caspar David Friedrich and Francisco Goya embraced the power of nature, the individual's inner turmoil, and the allure of the exotic. Romanticism, with its emphasis on personal expression and subjective experience, paved the way for modern art. Realism, like a documentary film, sought to portray the world as it truly was, without embellishment or romanticized ideals. Artists like Jean-François Millet and Gustave Courbet focused on the lives of ordinary people, capturing their struggles and hardships with unflinching honesty. Realism, with its focus on social commentary and everyday subjects, challenged the traditional hierarchy of art, elevating the mundane to the level of the sublime. Impressionism, like a fleeting moment captured in sunlight, sought to capture the ephemeral effects of light and color on the natural world. Artists like Claude Monet and Edgar Degas abandoned the meticulous detail of realism in favor of loose brushstrokes and vibrant hues. Like a memory of a beautiful morning, Impressionist paintings evoke a sense of immediacy and fleeting beauty. They invite the viewer to experience the world through the eyes of the artist, to see the ordinary transformed by the magic of light. Post-Impressionism, like a branching tree, encompasses a diverse array of styles that grew out of Impressionism. Artists like Vincent van Gogh and Paul Gauguin rejected the purely optical approach of their predecessors, seeking to express their emotions and ideas through bolder colors, symbolic imagery, and experimental techniques. Van Gogh's Starry Night, with its swirling skies, vibrant stars, and expressive cypress tree, is a masterpiece of post-Impressionism. Like a visual symphony, this painting conveys the artist's turbulent emotions and spiritual yearning. Post-Impressionism, with its emphasis on personal expression and subjective experience, paved the way for the radical innovations of 20th century art. Art Nouveau, like a blooming flower, embraced organic forms and flowing lines inspired by nature. Like a decorative tapestry, Art Nouveau art often features stylized floral motifs, sinuous curves, and intricate details. It's a celebration of beauty, elegance, and the natural world, a visual escape from the rigid geometry of the industrial age. Expressionism, like a scream echoing through a dark night, sought to convey raw emotions and subjective experiences. Artists like Edvard Munch and Wassily Kandinsky used distorted forms, vibrant colors, and bold brushstrokes to express their inner turmoil and anxieties. Expressionism, with its emphasis on individual expression and the power of the subconscious, revolutionized the way artists approached the canvas. Cubism, like a shattered mirror, fragmented and reassembled objects into a multidimensional collage. Pablo Picasso and Georges Braque pioneered this revolutionary style, breaking down traditional notions of perspective and representation. Picasso's Les Demoiselles d'Avignon, with its fractured female figures and geometric shapes, is a landmark of Cubism. This painting, like a puzzle waiting to be solved, challenges the viewer to see the world from multiple perspectives simultaneously. Cubism, with its radical approach to form and space, forever changed the course of modern art. Futurism, like a speeding train, celebrated the dynamism, energy, and technological advancements of the modern age. Artists like Umberto Boccioni and Giacomo Balla embraced the aesthetics of machines, motion, and urban life. Futurism, with its bold manifestos and revolutionary spirit, sought to shatter the past and embrace the future. Dada, like a mischievous prank, emerged as a reaction to the horrors and absurdity of World War I. It was a movement that reveled in nonsense, irrationality, and the rejection of traditional artistic values. Marcel Duchamp's fountain, a porcelain urinal signed with the pseudonym R. Mutt, is perhaps the most iconic example of Dada art. Like a joke that makes you question everything you thought you knew, Dada challenged the very definition of art, blurring the lines between the ordinary and the extraordinary. It was a rebellious cry against a world gone mad, a defiant gesture that paved the way for future avant-garde movements. Surrealism, like a dream unfurling on canvas, sought to unlock the power of the unconscious mind and explore the realms of fantasy and the irrational. Artists like Salvador Dali and René Magritte created dreamlike scenes filled with bizarre juxtapositions, melting clocks, and enigmatic figures. Dali's The Persistence of Memory, with its iconic melting clocks draped over barren landscapes, is a prime example of surrealist imagery. This painting, like a window into a subconscious realm, invites the viewer to question the nature of reality and embrace the power of imagination. Abstract Expressionism, like a symphony of colors and textures, unleashed the raw emotions of the artist onto large canvases. Jackson Pollock and Mark Rothko were pioneers of this style, employing dripping, pouring, and splattering techniques to create dynamic and often monumental works. Pollock's Autumn Rhythm, number 30, with its chaotic network of dripped paint, is a testament to the spontaneous and gestural nature of abstract expressionism. This painting, like a visual representation of a jazz improvisation, invites the viewer to experience the pure energy and emotion of the creative process. Pop art, like a comic book bursting into a museum, celebrated popular culture, consumerism, and mass media imagery. Artists like Andy Warhol and Roy Lichtenstein appropriated everyday objects, advertisements, and celebrity photographs, transforming them into icons of contemporary art. Warhol's Marilyn Diptych, with its repeated images of Marilyn Monroe in vibrant colors, is a quintessential example of pop art. This work, like a billboard announcing the cult of celebrity, comments on the commodification and mass reproduction of images in the modern world. Minimalism, like a Zen garden, sought to reduce art to its most essential elements. Artists like Donald Judd and Sol LeWitt embraced simple geometric forms, industrial materials, and a limited color palette. Judd's Untitled, a series of identical copper boxes arranged on a wall, exemplifies the minimalist aesthetic. This work, like a mathematical equation rendered in physical form, challenges the viewer to contemplate the relationship between form, space, and the viewer's own perception. Conceptual art, like a thought experiment, prioritize the idea or concept behind the artwork over its physical manifestation. Joseph Kosuth's 1 and 3 chairs, consisting of a chair, a photograph of the chair, and a dictionary definition of the word chair, exemplifies this approach. This work, like a philosophical riddle, questions the nature of representation and the relationship between language and reality. Postmodernism, like a kaleidoscope of fragmented reflections, challenged the notion of a single universal truth and embraced diversity, irony, and self-referentiality. Postmodernism, with its skepticism towards grand narratives and its embrace of pluralism, continues to shape contemporary art and culture.